Welcome to the show. Sophisticated Ignorance. Chris and Corey. Let's go. Sit back, vibe, have a drink. We're about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of laughs and a whole lot of ignorance, man. This one for the culture. So tap in, vibe out, grab a seat, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your house nice and clean, burn a candle. We're about to get into it. Yeah. Sophisticated Ignorance.
Yay.
Yes,
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Oh, that was the outro. I had to smash it, but it's all good.
Episode 22, man. We rolling through them things, man. We almost halfway through the year.
Almost,
Can you believe it, man?
That's blah. Yeah.
Another banger for y'all. Y'all know what it is,
one.
man. Back in the classroom, kicking that content. I am one half of your ignorant host. My name is Chris.
And I'm Corey Mack.
And we are Sophisticated Ignorance.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Bang.
As always, before I even forget, shout out JJ, you know. If y'all listened to the last episode, hopefully y'all did. You know, our boy,
Straight up,
you know, dealing with some family stuff. So, you know, we just got love for him and everybody in his family. So prayers up and shout out to you, man.
Always.
Can't wait to see you. Hope you're doing good.
Mm-hmm.
But as always, y'all know how we do. Let's go ahead and get into this weekend, boss man. How'd your weekend go?
Man, my shit went bad, dog. I had a tournament in Gainesville. You know what I'm saying? With my flag
Ooh,
football
boy, you
shit.
wasted a lot of gas for an L, didn't you?
And we got smoked.
Like 24-17 or
I'm talking about like how barbecuers be, you know what I'm saying, how long it
barbecue
takes
chicken,
to smoke a
Shaq
brisket.
in the post, barbecue chicken. Ugh, what the score was looking like?
I think first game we lost by 8, but it was
that ain't bad.
No, it was worse than that, dog.
The game
just
was
the
bad?
gameplay, it was worse than that, dog. Then we won a game, but that was because of forfeit. A team had done forfeited out the tournament because they didn't have enough players or some shit. And in the third game, we got smoked by a team we usually beat all the fucking time. So I mean, it was a bad weekend, bro. But hopefully the next tournament, I think June 5th and 6th in Fort Myers. Hopefully that one go better. I ain't had an interception in like fucking.
Oh man.
Well, I ain't played like the last two tournaments, but I ain't had an interception in a minute. So I got smoked.
You got
for
one
anybody
coming.
out there.
You got one coming.
Yeah, but I was watching the Kings of Florida play. And anybody who know about this flag football shit in Florida, they know Kings of Florida the best team out there, boy. And
They
boys,
play international. International. They play nationally too.
half of them boys played on the team that won that $1 million.
Oh, okay.
Who's
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
Half of them boys played on that team, and them boys, boy,
They bought that like, huh?
they be smoking shit. The best of the best.
Hey,
They'll
man,
smoke that
ain't
shit.
nothing wrong with losing to somebody who the top of the class. I mean, ain't nobody likes to lose, but hey, you know it is what it is.
Right.
But yeah, my weekend was pretty mellow. We went Saturday. My wife's boss took us out to her little team to Texas de Brazil, like to celebrate them getting.
Oh yeah,
like,
I want to go there. Is it nice?
Yeah, man, it's like my third or fourth time going, so it's definitely.
They actually cut the meat and shit.
If you never been, you gotta go. Like just go on an empty stomach, and they just walk to the table, bring you whatever you want. You get up, go to the salad bar, get the little rice and beans. You know, it's definitely worth the time. Like, the first time you go is gonna be probably the best time you go because it's your first experience. Yeah, but you know you're not gonna try everything because you're not gonna know what to ask for. But the second or third time you're gonna know. All right, I want to ask for this, and that. But you eat till you get full and you leave. I mean, the dessert's good. Everything's good. I never had a bad experience. Yeah. You know, and now that it's a little opened up back after, you know, COVID and stuff, it's pretty straight. So, you know, we had a good time.
And then, you know, the school system changing too. You know, Florida supposed to be opening back up if people who are completely vaccinated don't have to wear masks anymore.
Either way, I don't have an issue wearing mine.
Care.
And
wearing that bitch or not wearing that bitch, I don't care what you do. It's your life.
It's your life, you know. I'm choosing to wait to get my vaccination until I'm done with all my treatment stuff, but that's just my personal choice. Whatever you choose to do what's best for you.
I'm trying to go last, so I still got like 7 billion.
I worked Sunday, and I was talking to one of my coworkers, and they was like, you know, so and so decided to get theirs because they didn't want to get it after they start charging you for it. And I was like, dang, that make a lot of sense.
It do.
But at the same time, I ain't trying to put too many things in my body at once. That I don't know what's gonna happen. So I just, you know, that's just me. But all in all, man, my weekend was fun. You know, had a little family time Saturday. My mom's came through before we went out, and she watched the baby and stuff. So that was dope.
That's what's up.
But yeah, other than that, man, you ready to hop into these current events?
Hell yeah, man.
All right. So first, if y'all don't know, man, if you aren't aware, Obviously, we got a picture right here to remind y'all the late great Kobe Bryant. He passed last year in a horrible helicopter accident along with 9-10 other people and his daughter. Unexpected. Mm-hmm. I remember exactly where I was at. I was at work too when all ESPN went off on everybody's phone. Like the entire outlet, like stopped. Like the security guards was coming in there asking, bro, is this real? Is this true? Like I was like, I don't know. I'm assuming. So I thought it was fake. So it was just shocking to hear.
I was at the barbershop getting my bald head tuned up, and then that texted me like, Kobe died, and I was like, what? Stop playing. And she was actually shedding tears for my dog.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
My dog don't even watch basketball, but she know who Kobe is. Yeah, that's crazy. That's just sad.
That's a
just
lot.
Just thinking about it, having to be like just in that position. Helicopter going down and you in there with your daughter, like it ain't that in that moment, realizing that you cannot save your daughter from that. Yeah, man, that's a tough. That's a tough one.
I don't even know. Like how we always as humans be like, oh, I would have done this in that situation.
It's nothing you could have done,
but just give her a hug.
But to just be in that moment, knowing that like I cannot save you from this.
Yeah.
And dads, what I'm saying, father, daughter, you supposed to be Superman.
Yeah,
like
they believe you can do anything. So it's like,
but
at the same, not even, but I guess the silver lining is at least she was with who she felt protected with.
Yeah.
So she,
hopefully she wasn't alone.
Scared. She wasn't alone. But I brought it up because this weekend he got inducted to the Hall of Fame. There was a 2020 class along with him, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett. I'm only mentioning NBA players because obviously there's more.
And Pop did too. I think Pop.
I think it was some coaches and stuff like that. I don't think he will. I think it was I want to say Bill Russell, but I could be wrong as a coach.
I think Bill Russell was 2021.
But you might be right, yeah. But anyway, it was a 2020 class that just had their ceremony because they had to push it back.
Yeah.
And I didn't watch the whole thing. I caught some of the snippets of it because I got home a little late. Excuse me. But Vanessa Bryant's speech was so like, it was,
she's strong.
It choked anybody up who watched it. So it was definitely one of those things where you just got to watch it and just be like amazed at how strong she could be just to sit up there and have to talk about this all over again or go through the emotions of it. And
it's kind of reminded me of what Lauren London did with Nipsey.
Yeah. It's just crazy, man. Like the last year been just nuts. So but all in all, shout out to Kobe. Mamba, one of the greatest ever. Definitely a legend, not only in basketball but just in history alone. Period. Just the amount of people he impacted, and just by you talking about like you say your wife didn't watch basketball, but she knew about him. I remember a week or so after that whole thing happened, I was at work. I was like at a farm somewhere. Somebody wanted to do something with their property or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you told me the white guy.
And we was just started talking about Kobe. Like we knew him and we knew each other. It was just so crazy how the conversation was just normal, and it was only because of this man. So like none of us obviously met personally, but it's crazy the impact somebody could have on everybody around the world. So while we're on the NBA topic, you think Steph win MVP?
Hands down.
I think they're gonna give it to the Joker.
He in his bag
just because they got a higher seed and he played all 82 games or 72 games.
Oh no!
And his average.
I think Steph got it, man.
Steph been going crazy.
Steph been going crazy every game.
But it's a lot of people
points wise too. He's
because
been
they're the 8th seed.
crazy.
People are gonna be like, he ain't doing nothing.
I mean, come on, the Lakers got to play in though. They have to play in to the playoffs.
Well, they got the 7th seed, which is why I'm confused about the tournament. Because like, if I already got the 7th seed, why do I want to play again to get the 7th seed? Like, it's no point.
I don't think they're gonna beat Golden State though.
A lot of people saying that because everybody hurt, but. I mean, if Steph get crazy hot, ain't nothing they can do.
They were showing ESPN was showing highlights on Instagram of Steph and Bryant getting into it.
Yeah. That was funny, and bro. That felt like it was yesterday. That was like 4 or 5 years ago now.
Yeah, and it's crazy because both of those boys are so talented. Like Bron can't fuck with him, and he can't fuck with Bron. But it's that mutual
they do the stuff that
respect,
the other person can't do.
Yeah,
and they do it to the best. Like,
and it's like Steph can hold his own against LeBron, and LeBron can hold his own against Steph, but. It's just, Steph is more deadly. If I had to pick one,
this is what I was trying to say about the shooting conversation we had like 20 episodes ago. Like,
if I had to pick one, I'd take LeBron, different. But Steph is way because LeBron can get it all around.
Yeah, but he can't. Nobody can shoot like
nobody
Steph.
can shoot like Steph.
Not even. I think
Steph
the
will
closest
shoot
person
you in a game.
Might be Dame. Dame probably the closest. Obviously, Clay can shoot too, but like,
and them boys, they're real shooters. Like they'll shoot you into a game. They won't shoot you out of the game. They will definitely shoot you.
And that's
into
another
that
thing. Steph take a lot of crazy shots because he make them, but he don't like. I don't feel like he forced nothing for his capability.
It's his range. That's his range.
Like if Dirk was to go out there and start doing that, people be like, all right, Dirk, like, well, you can shoot, but you ain't shooting
like that.
So
nah, not that many people can pull up from.
But yeah, I think honestly, I was looking at the breakdown. I think the Lakers kind of caught a break because if they get the 7th seed, that means they got to play the Suns or the Jazz, and neither one of them teams could beat them. So it really don't matter.
No.
So like if they would have got the 3rd or the 4th seed, they probably would have had to play the Clippers, which would have been even worse because I think the Clippers might be able to beat them just because of their team is built to beat them, but. The Clippers might not make it past the Nuggets like they did last year, but who knows?
Who knows? Nuggets gotta step up though.
Yeah, but my playoff prediction for the NBA, I like the Lakers in the West and the Nets in the East. If Kyrie come to play,
I don't even like the Nets in the East.
I think they could be beaten just because they're new and fresh, and I think the chemistry.
I like my team to come out the East.
Who that? The
my
Heat?
Favorite team? No. Oh. I'm a New York Knicks fan.
I am too. I just don't like telling people that because I'm from New York. Because people always be like, "Oh, y'all trash."
I'm not even from New York. I'm just. I like the Knicks
since Melo was on there. Since before that, but Melo really helped me.
I've been a Knicks fan since Melo, and I'm still riding with the Knicks. You know how long it's been since we've been to playoffs?
Since Melo was there, what, 2013?
And Julius Randle is fucking going crazy.
People always get mad at me, but he should have been in the MVP conversation.
Yeah.
They got the 4th seed in the East. Granted, it's the East, he going nuts. He doing stuff that...
Granted, it's the East. He's on the Knicks.
And obviously, he couldn't play this way with LeBron, but imagine if they would have kept him and Brandon Ingram and LeBron came anyway. Yeah. That would have been nuts. Yeah. But AD trumps both of them because they got a title, so I get it.
AD do trump both of them, but health wise, no.
Yeah, he can't stay healthy.
He can't.
It's because he ain't supposed to be that tall. He was a point guard for a reason, and then his body just
because Julius Randle was overlooked. You know what I'm saying by Brandon Ingram and a lot of the players. And now look, he
gonna win most improved.
Really carrying the franchise.
Yeah, he gonna win most improved. I think they're gonna give Gobert Defensive Player of the Year again.
Granted, Ingram carried the Pelicans last year.
Yeah,
he definitely did.
The Pelicans should be way better than they are. That's a whole other conversation.
Lonzo's falling off, so
he about to go to a different team.
Lonzo's a great defensive player, but offensive wise, he's not a bucket getter.
Melo's a better scorer than him.
He's the better brother. Yeah. He's the better basketball player of all three.
Yeah. They say Jello got a ratchet too, but he can't get a break.
He can't. Yeah.
All he had to do is not steal sunglasses.
Steal some glasses that you can afford.
Peer pressure, man.
Peer
pressure. And, we could talk sports all day, but while we on the subject of basketball, J. Cole, anybody out there that's a Jermaine Cole fan? Shout out to you.
Scored 3 points, 3 assists.
Hey, he older than LeBron playing against young cats. He only played 15 minutes, but he didn't do nothing negative.
He didn't do nothing negative, but for 15 minutes, I felt like he should have scored more.
He took 3 shots.
Or he should have had more assists for 15 minutes.
Depending on what he was doing. Yeah. You could tell he looked like he wasn't an athlete.
For him to get up out there, he didn't look like he was athletic.
Compared to them, he don't look athletic at all. Yeah. But I know he used to play basketball in college and high school.
But to be out there and actually, you know what I'm saying, doing this thing. I think he's, besides Master P, who is the only
other actual professional athlete
that could ball?
Nobody. That's a rapper. Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah. So he really in his bag because Lil Baby out there airballing shit on a half a court.
If we doing rappers who could play basketball for real, like actively, obviously, to me, Master P gonna be the best one because he was actually in the NBA.
Quavo got moves,
but
I don't think he can play
who can actually play right now against each other, not NBA players. I'm gonna take Chris Brown, Quavo, Lil Durk can hoop.
Chris Brown the most efficient.
Trinidad James can hoop.
Not like Chris Brown though. Chris Brown really
Trinidad
like
James can hoop. Chris Brown. That's why I put him first. He like that, but
Chris Brown damn near had a whole fucking N1 mixtape of crossing people in celebrity.
Shaq West could hoop. Waka Flocka could hoop, surprisingly too. Game could hoop. 2 Chainz.
Oh, Game can.
2 Chainz used to be able to hoop, but he got old because he played basketball too. And that's the only people I know of, like just by seeing that could really hoop. Mm-hmm. J. Cole album was fire too. If nobody heard that,
if you ain't heard it, go ahead.
He came on talking some stuff. He had to prove. He didn't have to prove nothing, but he did prove something.
He did. He definitely.
So that was. I was happy to have that album. Just to listen to it, and then the fact that he playing in the Basketball Africa League, just putting more shine on the league was dope. So I really hope that he continues to play with the team if he wants to.
It don't matter because he got money.
You're right.
So it's nothing they can really do to this man. Like he's literally out there.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be good. I think in 1 or 2, 3, maybe 2, 3 years, he gonna get a shot at the NBA because this. This is why I say
he can. But he 37, right?
It don't matter.
Yeah.
He 37?
Yeah, J. Cole old as shit. He like 36, 37.
He can't be that old.
Yes, he is, bro. He old. J. Cole old.
He can't be that old. But the reason I say that is because he's literally out there playing. He's rich, so he ain't playing for the money.
Yeah,
he's out there playing because he wants to play. He got something to prove.
His album was named the Off Season, and then when the season started, he playing in the league. Like
he's smart.
He's smart. Smart at marketing. But why you look that up, man?
He's 36.
Yeah, J. Cole he up there in age.
It don't if your boy for the Lakers,
LeBron 36.
No,
too.
not LeBron. Andre, what? The dude that came up from the G League to play for the Lakers that one year.
Oh, Andre Ingram.
Yes,
yeah, he was like 40.
Right.
But he been playing for 10 years, though. You right.
If J. Cole get buckets and he can produce,
yeah, you right.
Why not give him a shot? Come off the bench.
If the NBA want to make a quick dollar and market and sell some jerseys, that'd be smart.
Why not? You did Andre Ingram.
Let him play with the Hornets in hometown.
But granted, Andre Ingram came out there and he had a game. He had like 1 or 2 games where he put buckets
He had that
up.
ratchet, boy.
And then he went back to the G League.
You know that man a teacher?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his real job is a teacher. That's nuts.
We got buckets.
But anyway, while we talking about, basketball and stuff, we on sports. This is just something I wanted to ask you. I don't know if you saw it on Instagram or Twitter, but Game called out Jake Paul and his brother.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
And I seen videos of Game fighting, so I know he could fight.
That nigga knocked out 40 cal.
Yeah, he knocked out a
lot
lot
video.
Of people. But
on video had that boy running.
I would love to see that. Jake Paul said he'll knock him out, but I think Game he don't have boxing hands.
No,
he got fighting hands.
I think Jake Paul because it's street fighting is different from boxing,
and that's what a lot of people get that misconception. You can't do all that crazy stuff.
Boxers are trained to hit you when they see an opening. Well, you street fighting, you might be looking for one opening.
Yeah, they hitting you the whole time.
They tagging your ass
the whole time. But I would pay to watch that.
I wouldn't because I think.
Boy,
could you imagine
if Game got knocked out by Jake Paul?
Jake Paul would give Game them hands because he's, as much as we don't like this dude and he fighting bums, he's still, and I hate to say it, he's still a professional boxer.
Yeah.
He's a pro. So
unfortunately, that's true. He's been training.
Game ain't no pro. Game probably a street fighter, but when you get in that ring and it's them boxing rules, ain't no wrapping up and all this. He gonna get smoked.
And I said this, I think last episode or episode before, they about to bring celebrity deathmatch to the real life. Because like Lamar Odom fighting,
Jake Paul he's riding his wave. He's really
I'm not mad at him. He getting paid for it.
I don't think he has no intention on fighting a real boxer.
No, why would you
at all?
If you get paid $10 million to fight somebody you know you can beat, aren't you gonna do it?
He's still bucking Tyrone Woodley. So
and he's not
fighting nobody who got legit hands. Tyrone Woodley called him out.
The other guy, the MMA fighter.
Oh, Davis?
No.
I know you're talking about the Mexican dude.
No, the black one called. He got an argument with. No, the other one. Damn.
You talking about
dude. We said
DC, Daniel Croman.
Yes. He called him out.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do that if I was him.
He's not going to fight, not in the boxing ring. In the MMA ring, DC will get with him. But in the boxing ring, he going to flush DC fat ass.
Yeah, he kind of choked.
Because DC just retired after fighting Stipe. He lost the Stipe in the trilogy for the heavyweight title. So yeah.
That's why we on boxing. I know Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua got, I think, August 14th. Did they fight?
I like confirmed. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Anthony Joshua, but I like Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury gonna be if Tyson. Well, I'm not gonna say
he's fundamental.
If Tyson Fury, because he beat Deontay Wilder. The difference between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua is Deontay Wilder to me is not a boxer. He just
throw hands.
He just throw his hands because he was a basketball player before that.
But he has technique.
He has technique, but not on their two levels.
Yeah, not on their two levels
because they probably been doing it longer. But he got the power.
I guess because, and I might just give this excuse to him because Tyson Fury was coming back from whatever mental problems he was having. He was out of shape and shit. And he got his ass. It wasn't no draw.
The first fight wasn't a draw.
Right. And Wilder knocked his ass out.
Wilder should have won. But they did that to set up the second and third
to set
fight.
up the second fight. So, I mean, the second fight,
Wilder
Tyson
lost.
Fury really outboxed his ass.
That's what
really
it was.
Outboxed
Wilder was
his
waiting
ass.
for that one, like you just said. He was waiting for that one punch the whole time and it never came.
He getting tagged up the whole time, but he bleeding from years. Nah, he waiting for that one Hail Mary.
Fury playing the cards. You trying to just get a quick score. It ain't gonna
you know
work.
what I'm saying?
Especially the big.
But that's what happened when you fight. When you used to fighting bums. And you fight somebody who can really box,
Berman,
who got technique.
He fought, what's the
everybody he
dude?
fought before
the Jamaican
Tyson.
guy, Stavern.
Everybody he fought before Tyson Fury, he knocked out with haymakers.
He didn't knock out Berman. He stumbled him, but the ref called it. Like
I'm just saying.
In boxing terms, yeah.
While swinging. Just swinging for the fences. And that second fight against Fury, Fury really was like, he was weaving. Fury was putting, he couldn't touch Fury.
Gypsy, he
could not touch him.
Big 7 foot just moving, looking like the Big Show.
He could not touch him. So
okay. I'm waiting. I think I might pay for that, or I might go to
I'm going to pay for it, and I like Fury.
I'm not going to be mad. Oh, yeah, Anthony Joshua not going to beat him. I don't
Anthony Joshua lost to fucking Andy Ruiz.
Before he was in shape.
I'm a 5'7", 320-pound Mexican. No offense to Mexicans, but I'm just saying this man 5'7", 320 and Mexican.
I don't talk bad about Mexicans at all.
Anthony Joshua was like 6'4", probably a solid.
He like 6'7". He bigger than that.
Yeah, like he probably like a solid 220. Jack.
Straight muscle.
I'm talking about Jack.
Straight muscle.
And his reach is probably like 74, 76 inches. Andy Ruiz reach is probably stocky. 56. Man got hella reach on him. And you get knocked out by that shit.
That's because that boy you got to remember, like when somebody ain't got nothing to lose, they playing with house money. So it's like that. But anyway, while we on this topic, I've been asking people this for like a week, and I just think it's funny. If you could slap or punch one celebrity with no consequences, who would it be and why?
If I could slap or punch one celebrity.
I'm talking about basketball, football, hockey, soccer, anything.
You got to go first.
I can't answer it yet. I don't know. My only answer was something I can't say on air, so I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
For mine?
Yeah. And it don't even have to be like a serious. It was just something funny that I thought about. I was bored, and that's how my mind worked.
For mine, it'll probably be Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Why you want to slap Kevin Hart?
Because, bro, he annoying now. Like, you're not even funny no more. Like, I'm finna slap your ass. Come with some new material because your last stand up was not funny.
Bro, that man is.
And don't get me wrong,
bro. I
fuck with him
no more.
But his last stand up was not it for me. Yeah.
Like we said, he got checks from so many places. He can't offend nobody no more because cancel culture is real. And if you say the wrong thing, the wrong person.
And then I feel like him apologizing for the gay tweet that was years ago, and now you're gonna come out because they took the Grammys, bro. They took the Grammys from him, but not his actual Grammys, but they didn't let him host the Grammys. But bro, you got your own money to start your own goddamn network. Damn near,
bitch, he did.
Damn near. He's damn near on Tyler Perry's level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got your own money to do your own thing. You don't need to apologize to nobody. You don't see Tyson. You don't see Tyler Perry out here apologizing for, you know what I'm saying, dressing up drag. Yeah. Being him. He chilling.
But I mean, Tyler Perry has
the man bought BET.
Tyler Perry hasn't offended nobody, so that we know of.
I mean, he probably
he could have, but not on that level to where it's affecting his bottom line.
But the man bought BET, man. Come on, I mean, goddamn.
I ain't mad at him. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't have I had like a group of people, but if I could
I slapped that dude from Earth, Wind and Fire with that weak ass lace front on. I don't even know his name.
Oh my!
Let me look him up right now. I got a computer.
The one who's on the verses?
Yeah. The whole Earth, Wind and Fire was up there, but the one with the lace front, boy, I do not know his name. I think he's the guitarist. But I don't know his name. Here we go. Earth, Wind and Fire members. Bro, I need to find this man.
Dang, I'm trying to answer my own question, bro.
I don't know his name. I don't, bro. Look at this man lace front.
Oh, he got a Jermaine Jackson.
Yeah. Y'all know who I'm talking about out there.
The perm?
It's not a perm. It's a lace front. It ain't his. It's not his.
Dang, man, that's a tough question. There's so many people who do dumb stuff, but ain't nobody come to my mind right now.
He'll definitely.
I know who I'll slap right now just because it's relevant. Baby Blue for trying to steal $24 million.
Bro.
And luckily
that just let us know you really broke out though.
Bro. Him getting shot is not funny. Or
he got shot?
Remember, he got shot at the bowling alley.
I didn't know that.
Which is why I said like that whole thing looks different now. Because if it was about that, then and now you get indicted and going to jail, like two or three celebrities or semi-celebrities, I call them, got indicted on trying to steal.
I didn't pay attention to Baby Blue until he was on. I think he was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Yeah, but he got he was in the hospital for a little while. He said when he get out, he gonna be like Gucci Mane and be the best rapper in the world and get in shape or some stuff like that.
Yeah, when he get locked up.
Yeah,
that's what he was talking about. But he don't even know he about to do a straight 10 years.
$24 million. He might do more. He
might do more than that.
Because the other dude from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, he I don't even know his name. I just saw the article and I was reading that one. He facing 10. I think he only stole like 12. And I'm saying only 12 million, but I don't know. But anyway, you ready to hop into this topic, man?
Man, hell yeah. What topic it is? You ready? Damn, boy. Shit.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
That shit is real. Let me drink some water real quick.
Shit is real. I'm drinking on this wine.
Shout out to Cardi B.
Hey.
Yeah, I ain't had a drink in like 3 months, so
Don't worry about it. I get fucked up almost every other day.
On one. But anyway, so man, if y'all out there know or have been listening to the weeds or the tea leaves, I should say, this word or term high value has been like a hot buzzword for the last couple months because of a lot of people saying it's Kevin Samuels bringing it up and things like that.
Oh, if they don't know who Kevin Samuels is, let them know.
If you don't know who Kevin
Samuels
is, he is I ain't gonna say all that, but he is a image consultant, life coach. I think he's a marketer too for some company, or he used to be, or something like that. But anyway, he's
what? Go ahead.
I'll save it. Okay, he's been most prevalently known on the internet now for his hot takes on why women can't acquire certain men, how women can do certain things to acquire these men, and just giving advice, life coaching, and stuff like that. And he has like episodes on his Instagram Live where people call in, tell them their story, their issue, or what they're trying to do, and he gives them the honest truth, whether it be
he be smoking it,
very blunt. Some of it is very true. Some of it can become offensive. You know, the clips about him making fun of women's weight. I've heard him do it to men too, but it's mostly women who call in.
And that's
if they continuously call in, I'm not going to sit here and shoot them.
I think I understand why they call in though.
It could be. Why is that?
I think because don't know. I'm gonna take it though.
I know what you're gonna say, but let me finish.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the purpose of this episode, we thought, we had a little pre-production conversation. It was like, man, let's just give our opinion on what we think this high value, quote unquote, terminology is for some regular folk. We both got degrees. We done went to school. We consider ourselves, I ain't gonna say high value because I don't make $100,000 a year, $1 million a year, whatever. But
bitch, I'm a catch though.
But I know I'm a catch, exactly. So a lot of the people that he speaks to look for this term, high value. And before I get into what it means and who all this other stuff, go ahead and say what you're gonna say about the dudes not calling in.
Not the dudes. I understand. I think I understand why the women call in.
Why is that? Because
don't no straight guy got time to be answering. You know what I'm saying? Straight female calls and telling them why they ain't getting dudes. You feel me? Okay. I think it's because, whatever, bro. However y'all feel, he's gay.
Think so?
And I think, but women take bashing or lashings from gay men.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? They don't take it from straight dudes.
I said if that was, I use this.
If that was Chris Brown or any other straight dude,
he would be canceled immediately.
Immediately cancel culture.
Calling somebody Emmett Smith.
Immediately
talking about hitting
cancel
the A-gap,
culture, bro.
It'd have been a wrap. So I can agree with that point, or at least understand it, because I don't see any other like top tier man that women want to be with.
Tank ain't doing this. Chris Brown ain't doing it. Ain't no straight man answering calls,
images
telling you how to get dudes.
So I was doing some little research about what high value means in Kevin Samuels' world, because that's who we're talking about today. And obviously he didn't create the term or even the words themselves, but he has like 6 key points that he points to as being high value for targets. And I'm assuming the demographic that he speaks for are men who fit this category, and the women that he speaks to are women who want to attract men from this category. And I did listen to one of his he had like a 30-minute clip up this past weekend about talking to 3 different ladies about what they have issues with, and he kind of gives them his take on what their problem is with trying to acquire this type of man and things that they're doing. Mm. So he did have some good key points, and I'll touch on those later. But his 6, criteria for a high value man. Excuse me. The first one is, and he was using like average wages earned in Atlanta, because that's where he's based at. You got to make at least $10K a month. And he was saying if you are in different cities such as LA, New York, I guess Miami, somewhere where the cost of living is more, then obviously you got to adjust that $10K a month. You got to, which is your income, things that money you make. You got to do it for a long period, at least 3 to 5 years to make it consistent. The third thing is group acceptance. You know, you got to have a group of other high value men that you're accepted by to be considered high value. For to network, you know, you got to have a network of high value men to bring to the table things that you can do other than just have money. Like, you can have a lot of money, but if you don't have networking or contacts, then you are no value to nobody because you just got money. That's all you can bring to the table. The fourth thing or fifth thing was visibility. You know, being like, you got to have some kind of proof of what you're doing. And he used the example of, you know, a doctor at such and such school or a lawyer over here on their LinkedIn profile shows all this stuff. You can kind of understand what they do just by looking at it. And then you got somebody else who would just say, I'm an entrepreneur, which doesn't explain how to get money. He made the example of like people who do quote unquote shady stuff to get money. So like it's not consistent. So you don't know if you'll always be on that level. And the last thing was utility. Basically, what are you useful for? And that brought me to thinking like we always talk about, men we don't get love unconditionally. It's always what we can do. So those are his 6 key points for what high value means. And my first question I wanted to ask is, besides making money, like, who determines what high value is? Is it the person who's looking for something, or is it just society? Because he used the example of something can be important to you, but the market determines how much it's worth. So you could have an old car, but if nobody want to buy it, it ain't worth nothing. So like, in that aspect of the car, I would think society. But when it comes to a person or a relationship, how do you determine who high value?
I think it's the person, because I've never heard anybody speak of you know what I'm saying, relationships, and speak of a female or a male as high value
or low value.
High value is going or low value, but it's going to be whatever you depict it to be. You know what I'm saying? Your high value can be, she just fine as fuck. That's high value to you. Or another dude's would be her body, or another dude's could be what she grows. Another dude could be like, oh well, she got less than 2 kids. She
like
high
it's
value.
Perception of, or what's the old term? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And the thing that I think bothers me the most, and my wife, she really don't like it, is like he only talks to black women. So I tried to come from the standpoint of maybe he only cares about the black relationship dynamic in the black community, but she was like, no, something happened to him in his past to where he don't like black women, so he
definitely be crushing the ass.
So I can see that, but like maybe he does only care about, and this is all speculation, you know, this is just our 2 cents. Like, I'm not a relationship coach or consultant in any state of, or any sense of the word, but I am an educated person. I feel like I can form some kind of opinion on this subject. So that's why we talking about it. But like, if, say, as a man, I think it's different though. Like, as a man, we look for women who can bring something to what we need to build or what we want to build, and it's not always a look thing. Because I was going to say, and I think we might even talk about this.
Be looking. I think it's just a standard that we have.
Exactly. Like, if I was rich and I happen to like bigger women, you can't tell that big girl she got to lose weight because I might like that.
Right.
So how does that fit what I want?
Everybody got their own standard.
And then the thing I was watching, he was like, he likes petite, like track bodies, and then my wife was like, he like man bodies. And I was like, track females are very in shape, but some of them look really good. So
some of them do look good.
But he was like, he like thighs, and he's not too much of a breast man or something like that. But
I mean, that's everybody. That's selective, has their own, right? Everybody got their own. You know what I'm saying? Their own perception of what they like and what they don't like. Because you got women, bro. I'm about to be on it. That's why I'm sipping on this wine slowly. But you got some women out there who are hey, give me some.
Some women out there that are what?
You got some women out there who are really bread winners. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like big dogs out there. Like, you got some women out there who are travel nurses that make a lot of money. Yeah. But they might like men that they can build up, or you know what I'm saying?
That's something else too. Because a lot of women do that.
Some like high value women like men who are not on their level.
They like to have that sense of, I helped him accomplish this and he's with me.
Or some women who genuinely like to build their man up into the image they like, or to what they potentially see him to be.
And you said this the other day too. Like, some people, they just like each other because they like each other. They don't like, if you meet somebody at a bar, you're not going to automatically assume or know what they do. If y'all hit it off and y'all happen to go on a couple of dates, you might ask them what to do for work, but you don't know how much they make until you might go Google it, look it up. But if you already attracted to them or like them because of their personality, are you really going to be like, damn, he only made $60,000 a year.
A job, because you can go get another job.
And you're educated,
go get another job.
This made me think of that time when we was talking about the chick on the I think it was a Detroit or Chicago chick.
Oh yeah,
like,
the bitch who said
I don't want
like
a 9 to 5 person that make $500,000 a year.
Excuse me for saying bitch, but
you got to be scamming or doing something crazy. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a perfect example of somebody who wants to live that life but don't want a high value man according to your standards.
Yeah.
So it's like that's not always the case. And granted, these could be anomalies. You know, some people might fit in his category. But the one interesting thing that I looked at and remembered when he was doing this last Instagram live, he talked to a young lady who was like 28. She hadn't finished school or even went to school. She wanted to get a degree in communications. He told her there was a useless degree because she's not gonna make no money in the field as a 28-year-old, which he might be right because that's his area of expertise. But he was telling her like, you know, what do you want to do with it? How much money do you want to make? And she had no idea what she wanted to do. He was like, so how you come on here not knowing what you want to do and not knowing what you want? And then she talked about her past relationship. She used to date somebody who played for the Rams. And he was like, well, what happened with that? What was it all him? Was it all you? She was like, no, he wanted me to quit my job because I was a bartender and I was, you know, texting other men and stuff like that. And I was like in my head, if you had what you was already looking for, what'd you mess it up for? So I just didn't understand that whole point. And I think he was kind of baffled at that conversation too. But anyway, I was reading an article based on what we're talking about. And the lady who wrote the article was saying that some experts say most people of that ilk, I guess, date for money, or they're advised to date for money, like for business purposes or networking purposes. That's how things start. Like I'm assuming celebrities, some celebrities do that. Like they'll know somebody's on their level and like we should get together. We could be a power couple, and they just happen to end up liking each other.
Yeah.
So my next question is: do you think that that's good advice? Like, do you date, or would you advise your kids to date somebody based off their career or what they could benefit, rather than just because you love somebody or like somebody? Because it's more than that.
Nah, because I'm gonna teach my kids to be independent on their own. Like, okay, if y'all, you know what I'm saying, you get with somebody and y'all decide y'all want to move in together, motherfucker. If you know what I'm saying, or if you got your own spot, have them move in with you. Like always, you know what I'm saying. I want my kids to be independent because I don't ever want them to be put in a position where somebody can kick them out, or they're dependent upon somebody and now they don't have the means to.
My mom used to tell
provide
me
for themselves.
That was like, it always stuck with me when it comes to relationships. Like she wasn't the best advice giver or like the best to help me through every situation, but she always taught me one thing: you want to be with somebody you want, not that you need. So like. And my wife knows this. Like I always tell her, I don't need you to be here. Right. I want you to be here.
I mean,
I need you for certain things.
You right for certain aspects of.
But it's
the
not a life or death
but
thing.
It ain't a life or death.
That's what that means. You know, you don't want to need somebody that you survive off of, because
everybody need companionship.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying.
So let me elaborate. That you don't want to need somebody that you have to have, because like I know we talked about this, or we might have mentioned it a couple episodes ago, but like, if you rely on somebody else to take care of you financially and you're not doing what you got to do, if they leave, you stuck, you know? So that's just one thing that she always said that stuck with me. But I agree with you, though. I wouldn't advise my kids or anybody just to date for money. But if you in a situation where you know what you're looking for, and I think that has a lot to do with this whole thing. A lot of the women who call into his show don't know what they want. They just know they want somebody who can do all this stuff that they see on Instagram. Again, don't call me a prophet, but a social media effect. It does that to people. Like it shows a certain lifestyle that might not be what it really is, but you want to attain that. So you think the only way to do it is to marry rich.
You marry somebody rich, eventually your true colors going to show, because like you ain't going to be providing like no real love. Like that greed going to peek through, because you know what I'm saying? Your true intentions is going to show through.
Yeah. It's no other way, because if the money goes, then where's the love? Like y'all don't got nothing. Y'all
you know what I'm saying?
If he stopped giving you money, then you just mad at him and you jump to the next person. So
it'd be like the chicks who be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and all of these shows, and then they end up getting divorced or separating from their spouse. It's like, okay, you was with this man for X amount of years, like you ain't saved none of that money he was giving you. The only person I know, not in relevance to that show, but the only person I know who really like boomed off of being married to a celebrity, married J Blige, ex-husband. That motherfucker got paid.
You talking about KC JoJo or the other one, the second one?
I think the second one.
I remember he got like stupid alimony or something.
He got stupid alimony. I'm talking about to where she's still paying for like his mama's stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. Like,
and
she got hosed in that.
He a whole pussy ass nigga for that. Real. But
Kevin Federline
play the game how it's played on you.
Kevin Federline too.
If it was vice versa, and the woman was in them shoes doing what he would do, come on, bro. You know we like to keep shit frank and be 100. Yeah. We know a lot of women do this shit to dudes, whether it's out of spite or whatever. But at the end of the day, women do it. So I'm not even mad at him for pulling that card. Say, you feel me?
You remember when Britney Spears? I'm showing my age again. Y'all know we old, but when Britney Spears had the kids from Kevin Federline, he took custody of them and got her to pay him because she was mentally unfit to care for him. Like,
and I ain't mad at him for playing because he get played on dudes so much. I understand some dudes out there need it, but it's some dudes out there who literally get this card pulled on them for no reason, just spiteful. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if they like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
So next question, right? And this is just like thought flowing kind of thing. The number one question that I think usually gets asked to females that I think should be asked on both sides when you come to a relationship. Like, what you always say this, bring your own table. So like he always asks women, at least the stuff that I've seen, you know, what can you bring to the table? My wife sent me a meme today and it was basically like, what do you bring to the table? Or I work, blah, 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 doing this. What do you bring to the table? And the girl was just like me and the dude just walked away. You remember the meme where it was like two people? The first person asked a question, the second person asked a question, then they walked away together or something like that. Let me find
it. Okay.
But long story short, like, what do you bring to the table? Do you feel like that's a one-sided question, or do you feel like it can go for both people?
It ain't never a one-sided question. That's for both people. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end, and then when you asking that question, like, what do you bring to the table? People look at it so one-sidedly or so closed-mindedly. You get what I'm saying? When I'm asking that, for me personally, like if I ask you that question of what do you bring to the table, I'm asking you in reference to every aspect of life. You get what I'm saying? Not just relationship wise, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. All that. You get what I'm saying? Like, because a relationship is all of that in one. It ain't just, you know what I'm saying, sex and time. You get what I'm saying? It is all of that in one.
In a lot of these situations, it appears to be like a woman would only have sex to bring to the table. Because if you're looking for somebody, and this could go both ways, it's not a shot at
because it could be for dudes, because you know dudes are horny a lot, but at some point in time that shit get old. You get what I'm saying? You might want it all the time, and then there might be a time where she in the mood, you not in the mood, and she be like, well, damn, you always in the mood. I just ain't in the mood. Like, the shit get old. So now that's when you gotta figure out, okay, let's do something different. Like, go out to the movies, go out to eat, find something to replace. You know what I'm saying? That void. You get what I'm saying? Because you can sit there and do that bit all day till your shit don't get up no more. But like,
you stuck.
Otherwise, it's gonna get boring. You know what I'm saying? So
I definitely agree with that. It's like, and I can't even find the picture, but you know what I was talking about. So like, if a woman has, say you, and this is gonna lead me into my next question, but if a woman has, or you date, say you go out on a date, right? And it's theoretically speaking, and you find out a woman makes more money than you. We've already said we don't have no issue with it, but like, do you feel like a woman's out of your league if you know that she acquires more, or she has a job that pays more? And basically the question is like, do you think it's wise to punch above your weight class? And shout out to JJ, because you know, that's his famous line. Because you know we all do it sometimes, and I think that's told the story I felt even here before. About,
my whole life, like I always punched outside of my weight class. If I feel like, okay, she bad,
and just for clarification, we're not talking about weight as in fat. We're talking about weight class like boxing, like, you know,
everybody know, you know, you might look good, but then you see somebody and she look real good, and you like, I know that bitch don't like niggas like me,
but I'm gonna try it anyway,
right? You know what I'm saying? But you never know.
You never know. You never know.
You never know. Some people are simple. Some people, you know what I'm saying, hard to please. But you never know until you try. The worst thing a motherfucker can tell you is no.
Got to be like Curry, shoot your shot. Just shoot.
You gotta
know
shoot.
What's gonna happen.
You gotta shoot your shot. But like, I've never been, you know what I'm saying, scared to punch out of my weight class. I like to challenge myself. So, I mean, that's what I'm gonna teach my kids. Yeah. I mean, punch out your weight class.
Because
like,
I think that can be applied in any aspect of life. Like if you don't go
you
for
shy,
the top,
you lose out on a lot of shit when you shy, boy.
Nice guys finish last all the time.
I'm telling you,
that would never not be true. And I know that's
that being shy like that plays on your confidence. That just shows you're not confident in yourself, or you know what I'm saying, you're scared to take risk. And
exactly,
you know what I'm saying. For me, it's like, don't let fear be the reason that you made a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And a lot of that, like you said, is fear, but it's comfortability too.
Yeah,
if that's even a word,
because you're comfortable there. Comfortability. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's a word.
Like, hey, if it's not, I just made it up. But anyway, you know what I mean. Like, you can be in a situation that's comfortable, but you know it's not right, but you don't want to move because you're scared of, or you fearful of what might happen.
And that's because you ain't got your own table.
Ooh, say that one more time.
And that's because you ain't got your own table. You only scared to move on or to stay put because you ain't got your own table. You get what I'm saying? So if you scared to move on, or you ain't moving on because you ain't got your own table, or you staying put because you ain't got your own table, bitch, you need to work on your table.
Yeah.
So you can then move on.
That's a hard thing to do though. Like look in the mirror. And I think that's why a lot of people even might call him to a show, because he gives the brutest, honest truth from his perspective of what you telling him. So like if you tell him you looking for somebody that makes X amount of dollars, but you work at CVS, like come on now. Like
but that's a part of maturity though. Being able to look in the mirror and be like, okay,
I gotta do XYZ.
Damn, I am dependent upon.
The craziest thing to me about this whole thing is, why should somebody have to tell you that? Shouldn't it be like you should know that common sense?
But the hardest conversations are the ones that you have in private amongst yourself.
Okay, this is a little off topic, but why is it that, and this is like a therapy thing, because you know, I don't know if you ever been in therapy, but I have. Like, people are so comfortable with talking to strangers.
I've been in anger management.
Same difference. You got to be honest about stuff with somebody you don't know from a hole in the wall, right? You got to tell them why you get mad, or why you punched a hole in the wall, or why you argue, whatever the case may be. You talking to somebody who has no idea about who you are. They only get what you're telling them. But does it always seem easier to talk to somebody who has no idea who you are rather than somebody who you should be able to talk to? Like, say,
of course, because you can always sugarcoat shit.
But I don't even, what's the right word? Therapized? I'm just
therapeutic.
Saying, a therapeutic situation. Good call. See, why are getting to me? In a therapeutic setting, right? You give this person all of everything that you want to say, or anything that you just try to get out. But like the person who you're talking about that made you feel this way, you can't say that to them for whatever reason.
And it's because,
why is that?
It's because the person that you talking to.
Are you afraid of what they gonna say?
No, it's because the person that you talking to is not judging you.
Meaning the therapist.
The therapist is not judging you. Okay. The person that you talking about, that you afraid to tell this shit to,
you feel what they gonna judge.
At the end of the day, you can't sit here and tell me right now, if you and your spouse talk about something, you're not gonna judge her.
Yeah,
you always gonna judge your spouse. That's just how it is. You're gonna always. Especially, I'm judging you because we're a team. You have, at the end of the day, when you comparing, contrasting, and all that, that's judgment. You're passing judgment on somebody when you're doing that. You get what I'm saying? But that judgment has to be passed. It's just like when you're starting off a relationship and you're trying to figure out if you're going to procreate with this person or if you're going to be with this person. You are judging that person.
Based off of things you just assume.
Right. You might be like, oh, I'm not judging them. I'm just comparing and contrasting, or I'm, you know what I'm saying, just dot my T's and cross my... You're judging that person, because in order to make a decision or even make an assumption of someone, you have to judge them. Yeah. They tell you don't judge a book by its cover, but how?
We always do.
How are you going? You know what I'm saying? How do you develop a basis of somebody without judging them upon, you know what I'm saying? Or
come into an assumption before you get what I'm saying? Which is almost the same thing. It's just
like when you go into an interview, you always judge. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you to dress your best, because first impressions are everything.
Speaking of that, and then this is a little off topic too. It's actually all the way off topic, but I saw a TikTok today of this dude was like, if race doesn't matter, take it off job applications. And then somebody in like another country did like I don't know what the term is for it, but they quoted it or whatever, and was like, is that true in America? They ask you for your race on job applications? He was like, that should be illegal. Like, they don't ask us that over here in Canada. Like, they don't know who we are till we get there. And it's almost like the assumption thing. If you assume this dude black or white or whatever, if you just a person,
I would rather them ask me my race. Because just imagine not asking your race and then they get in there and that person racist.
You're right.
And then they see you walking there and you black.
They got to face it.
It ain't nothing. Because I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, he black. I'm going to just shoot the shit with him. Yeah. Boom, not get hired.
Either, but you're right.
I'd rather you look at the application and see that I'm black and not call me. Don't waste my time.
I got you. I mean, it's unfortunate that it got to be that way, but I kind of agree with you. Don't call me.
Don't waste my time.
Because, like, you know, with the whole some of our names in our community are like giveaways. Yeah. Like you could tell somebody black by their name sometimes. So I think that's another part of that whole.
And I know people, you know what I'm saying, to get back on topic, I'm pretty sure there's people out there who pick to procreate with people or to be with people based on, you know what I'm saying, their name. Okay, he ain't got a wild ass name and all this, that, and the third. So
you'd be surprised.
Well, she ain't got a wild ass name. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. It don't make me. I mean, I guess you can say it make me bougie, but bitch, it is what it is. I don't want to be with somebody where if I go introduce her to a friend, what's your wife name? Shaquandria. Da 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 da. I got time for that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Keep that shit simple.
Hey man, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's a selective thing.
Yeah,
like,
right. If but I have the right to be selective.
You're right. Every person does.
Like, I got the right to. Everybody do.
Okay. So we were talking about, you know, punching out of your weight class and all that stuff. And, you know, I think all of this boils down to, well, first, how do you know if someone's out of your league? Like, can you just tell automatically, or do you kind of get a feeling?
You can feel it, that awkward feeling that come over you. Or
but some people don't know that some people are out of their league.
And them the motherfuckers who got the utmost confidence in themselves.
Bruh, and that's the
utmost confidence in themselves.
If anybody out there watches 90 Day Fiance, and if you don't, you need
a lot of them motherfuckers on there be punching above their weight class.
You ever seen Big Ed before? Go
That's
right
the
now.
motherfucker with the neck.
Come on,
the short motherfucker.
Yes,
yeah.
Bro,
he be punching above his shit, boy. He don't care.
He don't care. But the thing is, that man is like a pimp, though, bro. Like when he get mad, I was watching the tell-all. We was watching it yesterday. He got mad at the girl for. They got in a stupid argument. This man went to Vegas and started posting pictures with every hoe he could find, just doing whatever because he was mad. Like,
he gonna get it, but 95% because he got.
I brought
money,
it up. I brought that up because like the girl he dating is clearly out of his league, but he don't see that at all.
Shit, one of your homeboys think your wife out of your weight class.
You might be right.
So shit,
but again, I don't feel that way, and she don't feel that way. So hey, it is what it is.
It don't matter.
But okay. This brings me to my last question. Well, not even last question, just one, question towards the end. But and this all boils down to, in my opinion, expectations. Like, if you expect one thing and don't get it, are you unsatisfied that person couldn't provide what you expected? Like, everybody expects to be, or I'm not going to say this as general a statement, but in this arena we talking about, every person who this man talks to wants to date somebody or marry somebody who's rich. But wouldn't it be better to try to get rich on your own or do it yourself rather than wait for somebody to save you in a sense?
Would, but you know what I'm saying? You say that shit all the time. Microwave millennials. Don't nobody want to go through that process.
It's hard.
And get somebody who already there. Hopefully they are what I want. And if they're not what I want, then I'm going to leave. But a lot of people, I think, get into shit and be like, oh, this motherfucker fine, this motherfucker this, that, and the third. They got to be what I want. Then get in it, and that person not what they want, and they leave. Instead of sitting there taking the time out to try, not necessarily change a person, but I think in a relationship, nobody, like, you're not changing your wife, just like she's not changing you. You guys are adapting to each other. That's you know what I'm saying, the cohesiveness in marriage or in relationship period is the beauty of it, because it's not so much that I am changing, but I am learning how to be, you know what I'm saying, how to be open for someone, or vulnerability, you know what I'm saying, to be vulnerable for someone other than myself.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I think, but like I said, expectations are something that a lot of people don't understand how to set.
Yeah.
Like, again, if you are somebody who is looking for one of these quote unquote high value persons or whatever, that's your expectation. But look at your surroundings and then be realistic and look at your reality.
But it's hard for people to be realistic because, you know what I'm saying, people these days look at, you know what I'm saying, if you keep that shit
Social
G with
media.
a person and be realistic with them, and you keep that shit blunt with them, they gonna think you hating on them.
Yeah. That's the famous line. Oh, you hating.
Bitch, you a hater.
Yeah.
No, bitch, I'm being real with you. You cannot, you are not in a position as of now to obtain that.
Yeah.
If you work towards it, yeah, maybe you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot for the stars. But right now,
Yeah.
in this current situation, you punching above your weight class and you are not gonna obtain it. You get what I'm saying?
And you know, he always talked to people who have or talks about people who have, you know, 2-3 kids. Like a lot of, and even the article I was reading, not just on Kevin Samuels alone, was like a lot of dudes in this arena or high value, whatever, they're not gonna look for somebody
But really,
with kids.
I don't know. It might not. I guess it's because you know what I'm saying, who we follow on Facebook and what our timeline consists of. But when I used to have Facebook, it really wasn't no weight class because I see
That's
females
the social
who was
media
bad
thing.
and they do is like bummy, and I'm like,
what?
How the fuck?
Like what? When did that happen? Or
Right,
or
I'm like,
how did that happen? Is the
What
question.
the fuck does he possibly have?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To even obtain this type of female, like, okay, you got this type of job, you do this, that, and the third. Obviously, the female herself is balling, but you got a dude, bitch, who can't even carry his weight, ain't carrying his weight at all. You get what I'm saying? Like that, man, bro. I don't know, bro. This generation is just.
It's weird, bro. It's weird.
Not only this, and it's more so our generation too. You know what I'm saying? Our generation and you know what I'm saying, the one after us. That shit's just it's baffling because it really shows you that our generation influenced that. You know what I'm saying? That punching above your weight class shit. Like, just be you, be comfortable with being you. If a bitch don't care, fuck it. It's really somebody for everybody out there.
Always gonna be somebody for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? You out here I'm out here getting strong as fuck. I already got my lady, but you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be out here getting strong as fuck, and motherfucking some females out here like fat niggas.
Yeah, hey man.
Some fat niggas trying to get small, and you know what I'm saying? Some females like
everybody
niggas who got a six pack. It's just everybody got a preference, bro.
That's what it is, really. Everybody got a preference. Again, that goes back to your expectations. Like, if you know you like a certain thing, don't expect it to be different when you get it. Mm-hmm. But like when you've met your wife, or vice versa, when I met mine, I already knew what I wanted, and that's, I think, another key. Like, besides setting expectations, because you can't really have an expectation of what you want in a relationship till you meet a person to know what they can provide, I guess, in a sense. But if you know yourself, you know what you want. And a lot of people don't know themselves until they go through something to have to learn about themselves, because we do everything in the world to distract ourselves from learning about ourselves. You think about it.
Some people just want the trophy, and some people, you know what I'm saying, want the motivation. Outside of your wife being a trophy, I think she should also, you know what I'm saying, be a motivator for you. You know what I'm saying, for you. Like I said, you know what I'm saying, you know, I say that shit all the time. It ain't a competition, but it's a competition. Yep. Shit, I'm competing against my wife too. Like, everybody, like, but that she motivate me. That's what
she's there for.
You know what I'm
supposed
saying?
To be.
And just like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I do what I do to motivate her and show her, like, hey, we gotta keep it 100 with each other. Hey, motherfucker, I feel like you're getting complacent. Tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just tough love. Get on your horse and get going. And it's not, you know what I'm saying, for me, but it's for her. She might need that kick in the butt, you know what I'm saying, to get started. You know
That's
what I'm
how
saying?
it be sometimes, man. It's like you gotta just know what you want, bro. Like, to me, that's the easiest thing. Like, know what you want, and you'll be able to get it because your expectations will be set based off of that. Like, that's just my 2 cents about it.
I think that bullshit Kevin Samuels out there kicking, I don't think that shit realistic. Some of the shit he's saying,
some of it is true based off of what he's being given, but it's not. I don't think it's a general thing. I think it's
the high value man or the high value men or the high value woman. It's strictly it's opinionated. It's whatever you deem it to be. So don't let Kevin Samuels put a cap on what the fuck you deem valuable.
This is not to bash him, but
definitely not.
It's only being brought up because he's the polarizing person talking about it. So it's like, you know, we only going off of what. I just don't get why people complain, but they still call in.
That's it. If you gonna sit up there and call it in, you know what he do to people.
Why you gonna call in?
You know what he do to people.
Like
you gonna call in and get yourself embarrassed.
Like the last one I saw, he hung up on the girl. He was asking her how much she weighed. She's like, "I'm not telling you that." And he was like, "Oh, well, I don't deal with you, big sassy bitches."
Big sassy bitches.
I was like, "Damn,
you take your big ass home somewhere."
I was like, "Oh,
yeah." He crushed the ass, and then the one he asked her what she thought she was. And I thought that was just in herself. She didn't have confidence in herself because I felt like she downplayed herself. Now I didn't see the young lady. I don't know if she was fine or not, but she was like, "Oh, I'm a 6.5." So you like, okay, you a 6.5, and you expect to get a high value woman like a bitch ain't gonna never get me to call myself ugly. It's motherfuckers out there who think I'm ugly. It's motherfuckers who think I'm the baddest shit in the land. But I will never tell you I'm ugly. Motherfucker ask me, bitch, I'm gonna tell you to the bitch. To me, it's 100% factual. I'm the best smelling, best looking nigga.
That's how I suppose. But that's just
in the room. And if I'm not, bitch, I'm gonna stand toe to toe with niggas that's in there.
That's just like put in an athletic frame of reference. If you play quarterback or you play shooting guard, just back to Kobe. You ain't gonna never hear God rest his dead. You would never hear Kobe say somebody better than him. Just because that's his mentality.
It's not.
Obviously, we know Jordan had more rings and all that stuff, but he didn't believe that. He know I'm working as hard as I can to be better than this man. I'm better than him, and I'm gonna go out here and prove it.
And I believe Kobe better than MJ.
It's like it's players in the league right now who are like I'm assuming, but you could tell when LeBron stepped on the court, they kind of like, oh man,
they know.
LeBron. They just know, like there ain't nothing I could do.
It's a mindset though.
It is, but
and Kobe showed it. It's a mindset. It's either kill or be killed. You go out there thinking, oh, this Michael Jordan, that motherfucker, the greatest in the world. He gonna kill your ass. Yep. But if you go out there like, bitch, okay, that's Michael Jordan, but bitch, I'm Kobe Bryant. Like, fuck, he talking about like
I'm still that dude,
right? I'm finna go kill him. Like,
but a lot of people like it's a confidence thing, and like back what you had said, like you don't build that confidence by being quote unquote safe. You know, like you got to try stuff and do things to build that confidence.
I don't let nobody intimidate me. I feel intimidated by nobody because I can hold my own. Like, I just don't feel intimidated by nobody. It's just
you got to be comfortable in your own skin, bro.
Dressing, coming to education,
do
what's
best for you. Do what you feel comfortable doing, man. And don't let nobody tell you that you got to only think one way or only do something one way. And again, some of the things he say is true. Like you got to have your own stuff together to get somebody that's already together. Yeah, like you got to be like we said at the beginning of this episode. You have to be somewhat of a catch.
You have to be somewhat of a catch for that shit to potentially work. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because there's some people out there who don't care if you ain't got nothing to bring to the table.
They might just like you.
They might like you. They might need somebody. They might just not. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable with being alone while searching. For themselves. You get what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people who scared to be alone. They just getting somebody just to be with somebody.
That's where you think sugar babies came from. Them old heads be rich and just don't want to be by themselves. Yeah. But you brought up Tyler Perry earlier, and I was thinking about you ever seen the movie he made called not Mr. I think it's called Good Deeds or something like that.
Yeah.
Like he
he was with Gabrielle Union.
And she was so
a lawyer
stuck
and
up
everything.
and stuff. And he ended up
marrying the homeless lady.
The janitor who
the
was
janitor
sleeping in the office.
Sleeping in the office with her baby and
just
shit.
because they had a good vibe. So it could be a situation like that.
And in that movie, I think she reminded him of where he came from because he didn't have everything growing up. You know what I'm saying? So she actually humbled him.
Sorry, y'all.
In a sense. Bro, you good. I know you ain't got COVID.
But nah, check this out though. The one thing in that movie that always stick out to me, and she was like going at him. She was like, "I bet you don't even know how much a gallon of milk costs." And he was like, "Damn,
he don't."
And then the next day he came back and bought a gallon of milk.
And told her exactly how much that motherfucker cost.
You absolutely right. Sometimes people need to be humbled and reminded. So it could be that situation. Like everybody that. You don't have to always be on this level to get that level, but I guess he's saying generalistically to attract these type of people, you got to have this type of stuff, which is true. It's true in a certain sense.
You got to be at a certain level to attract anything that you want. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
law of attraction.
Anything you got to be at a certain level to even obtain certain shit that you want. It ain't even about obtaining somebody else. If you like materialistic shit, not even that. You got to be at a certain level to even maintain consistency in paying bills. You get what I'm saying? So there's always going to be a standard there.
Always.
It's always going to be a standard there. Now, when you start adding pieces to the puzzle, that's when the standard of the bar raises, because, you know what I'm saying, with, what is it, more power comes more responsibility. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So the bar will always be raised. It's just at a certain point, people get stagnant. And maybe it's because of the fear of how high the bar is going, or maybe it's because of the fear of, okay, if I keep pushing this bar, am I going to be able to still compete or perform at this level? Or, you know what I'm saying, get things done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe people comfortable with whatever 9 to 5 they got, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, love situation they got going on at home, and that's what they settle for. And some people,
I hate that word,
just don't settle.
That settle word.
Hey, you got to come to terms with it, because realistically, people said there's good settling.
It's a negative connotation. Settling. You did say that before. You are right.
Settling and there's bad settling, because sometimes, guess what? Sometimes you have to settle, and it's for the better of the group, the betterment of the family. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You might be the breadwinner right now. You working crazy ass hours, but guess what? You're going to have to, you used to working 60, 66 hours a week. You're going to have to settle for that 40 so your wife can get done what she need to get done to then, you know what I'm saying, finish building her table, so then she also feels like she's carrying her weight. You know, it ain't always about you. You get what I'm saying? There's good settling and there's bad settling. Sometimes you have to settle for the betterment of others. That's what it's marriage, you know what I'm saying? Real relationships, that's what that shit is about.
It's a 50-50 balance.
It's about cohesion. It's about settling. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Cohesion and settling.
When you arguing, you end up settling
just for starting an argument, or you settle for being wrong because you didn't realize, okay, I am wrong. So now I have to settle with being wrong. When you can no longer, you know what I'm saying, factualize your argument, you know what I'm saying, like, you got to settle for being wrong.
Whatever, bro. It's just, that's what it is.
It's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hate to settle, but there's good settling and there's bad settling. There's a lesson in everything. You know what I'm saying?
There is.
And that's you being able to settle, and you understanding that there's good and bad settling. It's nothing but, you know what I'm saying, you maturing, you understanding that, you know what I'm saying, life's perspectives. You know what I'm saying? It's just you growing as a person and developing a better understanding of life.
Yep. I mean, I think you said it, bro. Ain't really much more to add to it, but that was just our little quick synopsis of this whole high value thing. You know, a lot of people putting too much weight on it and making it seem like it's an end all be all. And I don't think it got to be that. It's not Bible. It's not concrete. It's not written in stone to where this is all there is, you know. Like, everybody has a place. Everybody it's somebody for everybody. You know, it's enough people out there for everybody to have and be happy. But I think we always just, for whatever reason, we got that crab in the barrel mentality to where it's only one of everything.
I just seen Derek Grace post some shit. He said, "Black ignorance is $1 billion company."
I mean, the Bible say that my people gonna perish for lack of knowledge. That ain't nothing new.
It damn sure is.
But they definitely feed off of ours, marketing to us stuff that we know we shouldn't have.
And then it's crazy because our black ignorance, our ignorance is $1 billion industry, but it's also how we make money as well. You know what I'm saying?
Off each other?
Not even, just in general. You get what I'm saying? Black ignorance is like the culture, like our music. It's a lot of ignorance in our music. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of ignorance in twerking and all that shit, because it's a time and place for everything. You get what I'm saying? But our ignorance is part of the culture.
Unfortunately, you're right.
A big part of the culture.
I wouldn't even say
World Star Hip Hop.
I wouldn't even say culture. Well, it is, but it's also part of the problem.
Culture. It's part of the problem, but our ignorance is the culture. World Star Hip Hop, you can go on that bitch right now, and I guarantee you on page 1, there gonna be fucking 40 videos of black people fighting.
Yeah, you're right.
For no fucking reason. And it's gonna have 1 million or something views for the next motherfucking entertainment.
But if you look at the next video and it's somebody graduating college or getting something positive done, it's gonna have 100,000 views and like 3 comments.
Right. And then the video after that gonna be a World Star Hip Hop honey twerking.
Yeah.
They're gonna have 2 million views out that bitch. Like, our ignorance, bro, is the culture. It's a big part of the culture, bro.
That's a mouthful.
It's just a big part of. It's sad to say, but it's a big part of the culture, bro. It is. It's a big part of why black people popping.
That's like. But then it's like as a now father, you know, it's like, damn, how do you shield your kids from that part of the world? Or not even shield them, help them navigate through it without getting caught up in it. Because I don't feel like
you're gonna have to settle.
You're gonna
have to settle for them knowing, you know what I'm saying, indulging in that part of the culture, because they gonna indulge. It's going to.
I just feel like as a parent, it's my job to not introduce them, but guide them through that.
But also, it's gonna happen because that's us. That's black people. That's our culture. Come on, right?
Yeah.
Now we got a little ignorance too. I ain't gonna say a little bit. We got
right there.
Right. We got ignorance.
Right there.
We got ignorance.
No,
and
definitely.
It's a time and place for everything. Like, we talk a certain way, and then in this situation we talk this way. In another situation, when I'm around my people, I'm gonna get ignorant. I'm gonna talk. You know what I'm saying? My ignorance. I ain't gonna pronounce my words. I'm gonna use ebonics. You know what I'm saying?
I think the term for that is code switching.
You feel me? Yeah. But it's part of the culture. That's black culture.
You're right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's everything. That's the beauty in our culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? We see the beauty and the madness. The joy. Right. Yeah. We see the joy. We see, you know what I'm saying, the beauty and the madness. You know what I'm saying? That is just, and that's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy. And that's what, I mean, we just talking now, but that's what that's what leads me to believe that it ain't no changing in our culture. It is. I mean, we gonna grow
over here.
We gonna grow, but it ain't. I just don't see a way. I know we way off topic, but I just don't see a way.
Unfortunately,
to get black people.
My wife the same way, bro. She on your side of this argument, and I'm not saying I'm not on that side. I just feel
I don't see a way.
I just want to have hope for it to be a positive thing one day.
We all ain't gonna be holding hands, because you know what I'm saying. You got some black people out there that don't agree with looting, and you got some black people that agree with looting. But to me,
okay,
why would I go out here and tell my own city?
Yeah,
that I stay. Well, when I wake up in the morning, I got to go to this Walmart. Oh shit, we done looted that bitch.
Ain't enough.
But yet we mad at these people, but we ain't taking that shit to Wesley Chapel. We ain't taking that shit to Zephyr Hills. We ain't taking that shit to West Shore.
Because you know they care about this stuff, and you know what'll happen if you go out there.
You know the repercussions. You know
they're not gonna let you just get away. They're gonna take you to jail.
University Mall door in, because you know it's gonna be little to no repercussion.
They want to tear it down. You're helping them do that.
You get what I'm saying? So it's two sides. Even in the black community, it's two sides to the fence. You know what I'm saying? There's people who think reasonable and logically, and there's people who don't. You know what I'm saying?
But how do you get the reasonable and logical stuff to become cool over the quote unquote ignorance?
It's tough to do that when, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say we've been brainwashed, but it's tough to do that.
You could make a valid argument for that.
But it's tough to do that when it's sad to say, and it hurt me to say this shit, but it's tough to do that when our culture is, you know what I'm saying, built off ignorance. I ain't gonna say it's built off ignorance, because when, you know what I'm saying, our forefathers and stuff, you know what I'm saying, built, you know what I'm saying, whatever rights we do have now as black people, wasn't ignorant then. Yeah. It ain't really get ignorant till like 80s, you know what I'm saying, mid 80s, early 90s. But, you know what I'm saying, how many years ago that was, though, you feel me? How many decades ago that was?
But I mean, you know, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I could talk about this type of stuff all day. I think that was part of the plan, though, for it to be implemented and last and be a breaking structure for, you know, and it all leads back to the black family. Like, if it's not a unit to where it's strong, meaning having a male figure there to lead it, that's doing it in a positive way. And a lot of people may disagree with this, because obviously women can lead families.
I think we was popping, like black people back in the day. Like, we was really popping. We was on the verge of really like spooking these white people out of some shit. And
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
You feel me?
Drop bombs.
Not even spooky something, but we was on the verge of these white people seeing us as equals, and they was Harlem, like, bro, we gotta get them up out of here.
We had our own stuff.
Take the black man out and break the family.
That's what I'm breaking. You know, so
brainwash them into a cycle, and that's what they did. You know what I'm saying?
And now we compete against each other.
This the only era, or we the only race that think it's cool to get locked up. Like, you gonna get cool points, you gonna get stripes for that shit. Like, you a real ass nigga because you sat down and did 3 calendars. Like, no nigga, you dumb.
But people don't realize that until after it's too late.
Yeah.
And then they try to tell the young people the same thing, and nobody wants. It's
like, there's niggas out here that really go sit down for a year over some dumb shit, and not think nothing of it.
This is something that I always say, and it might not make sense but I think it does. You have the answer to the test. You just choose not to listen or read them, or even call it cheating off the test. somebody did the same exact thing you did, but you won't listen to them because you think they don't know what they're talking about.
You don't feel like you got time to take the test. You might not. You might fuck taking that test.
Check this out.
Bro.
I'm gonna put it in a religious stance. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible. We have had that document. If you believe it, if you don't, if you do, whatever.
That's what Bible's saying for?
I don't know. It just sounds cool.
They say it do.
Check this out,
me
though.
Up.
You have had that document for how long? And then when you want something to go right, you look for answers every other place but where you should. Or we always wonder what's going to happen if and when. Is this true? But we don't read it to find out. It's like you have the answers telling you, but you won't go and use them. And you blame everything else. The same thing happens in our community. For instance, my dad did time for drug, whatever the case may be. If I want to know anything about that type of arena, why would I not ask him?
You got the answer, shit.
So why not use it? Yeah. Like, okay, you did this and this. I'm obviously don't want to do that, so let me just not do that. Like, it seems so simple when you old enough to understand
Get the blueprint and give it to somebody.
But it happens to be a lot of young people, we have that YOLO mentality.
Because they want to live their life their way.
We want to do it our way. And we both did that.
You did it your way.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody tried to, you know what I'm saying? People might have tried to put you on a different track and everything, but at the end of the day, you still did it your way.
Yep.
And that's what I be trying to get my wife to understand or people to understand about raising kids. Like, don't matter what we pour into their cup. At the end of the day, you have to step back and realize that you are raising an individual to be just that.
And they're not going to be like you.
They're not going to be like you.
Have their own personality.
You can teach them right from wrong, but if they go out there and kick in the door, steal a car, they chose to do that. Because I'm not going to fault myself for that because I taught you right from wrong. So if you want, like, once you touch the stove on, you touch it and you burn yourself. And I told you that's hot. When it's orange, don't touch it. And you go back up there and touch it again.
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
I don't give a fuck if you're 2 years old, 3 years old. It is no longer my fault.
That's your ass.
Because I warned you, and then you had to go and touch and see for yourself. So now you let yourself know that it's hot, and you still took it upon yourself to indulge in that shit.
That's human instinct, though, because we know things are right from wrong. We still choose to do them anyway.
Right.
And I think that's what, we completely way off topic, but it's a good conversation, so we're going to stay here.
Yeah, it's the end of the episode anyway.
That's the whole thing about religion. Like, a lot of other religions think Christianity is a sham because you have the freedom of choice. Other religions, you don't have that option. You either do what this says or you out of here.
Yeah.
And the whole American Western civilization is built off of that.
Yeah, I think because I think Christianity is more forgiving than the other.
That's a good way to look at
religions.
it too. That's a good way to look at it too.
Because it's like, okay, even said in the Bible, okay, you go do this. As long as you repent, you good in my book. But that's I
feel like to me
into that shit.
Yeah. But personally, like almost getting baptized or repentant, it should only be used, to me, in my personal opinion, when you're actually ready to make a change.
It's almost like an excuse, right?
Yeah, it's like I can go
keep
do this,
fucking
but
up
I just
because as
keep
long as I repent, you know what I'm saying?
If you're not ready to do it for real, don't do it, because it's almost like you just slapping them in the face, like, I know I can get away with it. And
it's like people keep letting you slap him in the face, and they keep turning the other cheek because it's like, oh, he's a forgiving person and all this, that, and the third. But at what point do you stop looking at shit, sunshine and rainbows, and then realize that this man is using, you know what I'm saying? This is a crutch.
Yep. But we could talk all day about this. But, the last thing I wanted to talk about before we even get out of here, hopefully y'all, enjoyed, our little conversation. And you don't have to try to kill yourself to get something that's high value, because at the end of the day, you can beat high value.
High value is whatever
the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Long story short, that's that sums it up. But
don't let nobody cap your shit. Cap your own shit.
Remember last week we was talking about like scams and stuff? Mm-hmm. So I was watching something on Netflix called Money Explained. And the first episode was about like money in general, like Bitcoin, cryptocurrency stuff. The second episode was about credit card debt. And the third episode was about student loans. But in the first episode, they was talking about like how scams and stuff, Ponzi schemes, all that stuff started. Somebody back in like the 1800s named Gregor something told people that it was like a mountain in between Nicaragua and some other places that had like gold in it and was selling plots of land to people that didn't exist and just took all their money and dipped. And I was like, bruh, people been scamming since the
1800s. Like,
oh my
even
God.
before the end, like what time frame was Game of Thrones put in? They was scamming in.
Bruh. They was knocking people off.
They was, I mean, shit. It ain't just America. It ain't how America. That's how just people were. Period. Like
it's a cutthroat
human nature.
world,
like
I just thought it was funny,
nature.
bro. It was just funny to see all that. And like the first episode was really trippy, but the student loan and the credit card episode made me mad.
That's why I know this off topic too. But when Thanos was like, "I'm gonna kill 50%,"
I always say he was right.
I
always say he was right.
Who's to say that you wiped out all of the bad people?
That's not the point. The point is not to wipe out the bad people. The point is to get people to appreciate living.
But how there's going to always be somebody who does not appreciate.
There will, but then
that person will influence more people.
You're right, but they'll always. You can't live. There's no way to live in harmony. So you basically just starting over. That's what it is. You can't. But you can't have harmony without balance. You still repeating the cycle. You always gonna repeat the cycle.
So what's the point of wiping the people out?
To hopefully get somebody to say we need to stop. That's what.
But
I get what you're saying.
But you look at it. There's gonna always be somebody to sit there and say stop. But there's gonna always be somebody to oppose them.
There's gonna be. You can't satisfy people, bro. You can't satisfy people.
What was the point of doing it?
Just to say he did it.
He just ain't even.
Because he didn't even succeed.
He didn't even understand what he was seeking.
Yeah, he's seeking a perfect world in an imperfect time. That's all.
But the time will always be imperfect. That is life. That is human.
There's never going to be a utopia because too many people. That is human life. Too many people.
Imperfection is human. That's basically what this is.
Look at this though. In the
Bible
world,
even speak on it. How many imperfect people were in there?
Check this out though. In the MCU, Thanos was a god figure. So in his mind, everybody should be this way. Right. But he don't understand. Humans ain't gonna be that way, bro. No, everybody got an elbow just like an asshole. But everybody not gonna like it.
Ain't even that way. He didn't even know he was functioning.
Nobody can see themselves without looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
And if you're standing too close to the mirror, you're not gonna see the whole picture. Perception is everything, bro.
It is.
He was right, but he also was wrong. Like it is what it is. You got to agree to disagree.
There's a little bit of wrong in every right.
Yep.
Just like there's a little bit of right in every wrong.
It all depends on how you looking at the picture. I think
that's how white lie came about because there's a little bit of right in wrong and there's a little bit of wrong in right.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you ain't gonna never get 100% of what you want. You can be right, but guess what? You can hurt somebody's feelings being right.
And two things can be true.
You feel me? It's when you understand that
never
shit,
ending circle. It's a cycle.
Gonna get simple because it's a never ending cycle.
Hey man, it is what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. You gotta settle.
I was just about to say that. Your key word, you gotta settle. I'm gonna change the episode. The name of this episode gonna be settle.
You have to settle, dog, because that's the only way I think you gonna truly develop understanding, like life. Period, bro. This shit is not meant to be perfect. It's not meant to be completely understood. It's to have a basic understanding of what the hell going on around you.
You just gotta love yours, man. That's all I can say. You gotta love
enjoy
yours.
what the hell you got.
That's what you gotta do.
Just enjoy what the hell you got. You feel me? So
man, we definitely done been on one this episode. Hopefully y'all understood and can understand where we coming from and our point of views on stuff, man. But we just had a good little chop up session, man.
A little chop up.
I have to start having me a little glass every episode, man. It's just,
I'm about to convert from the liquor to the wine.
That's the way, man. When you get older, man, that wine, glass of wine every day keep the doctor away. That's what LeBron said. So I'm about to
get a bigger glass than this, though.
Yeah, you need the big boy.
Brim that bad.
I like the spineless glasses that just sit. Mm-hmm. But anyway, man, before we get out of here, excuse me, and do our shout outs and stuff, man, I think it'll be doing a disservice just to not say this, man. All the evil that's going on in Israel and between Israel and Palestine should stop, man. So we just want to say prayers to everybody on that side of the world dealing with that stuff. Y'all been, not y'all, but that's been going on since before we was born forever, and I don't think we'll ever understand the true root of it. At least I won't. I'm not educated enough on the topic to even really go deep into it, but I just hope it stops, man. People are dying for no reason, bro. Like one person had 2 kids, and this is the result of it.
Guess what?
If y'all know what I mean, Ishmael and Isaac from Abraham stuff. I just wanted to say condolences to anybody who's been affected by it, and hopefully, something can step in and stop it from continuing.
I look at it the same as what we got going on over here.
It's no different.
It's no different from.
It's just
saying it's racism.
It's nuts because
innocent people die over.
It's for nothing, bro. It's for nothing, bro.
Just
it's really
for
nothing.
Motherfucking skin, you die.
Or in this case, I believed he was first. They believe he was first, so we gonna fight. Not realizing the message is the same and it came from the same person. It makes no sense, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I hope that and I guess to simplify it, cooler heads can prevail. I don't know really what to say or how to even put it into words. I just think it needs to stop, man, because innocent people dying for nothing. And that same thing happens here, but
But guess what? Like you just said, life needs balance. Life needs drama to, you know what I'm saying?
The only way the world will have peace, and if anybody's ever watched The Watchmen before, Ozymandias was right. The only way we gonna come together is if we have a threat that's greater than us. If aliens came to this planet right now, we all link up and be like, let's get the aliens.
That's how it always happened, though.
It's just we don't appreciate each other until somebody else wants to kill us, and as soon as they leave, we go right back to hating each other. It makes no sense. But just to wrap up, man, you got any shout outs?
Hell yeah, man! Shout out to my A1 Day One, Ryan Green, Isis Sandals, boy. We turned up. Marriage on wedding on Sunday. Getting fucked up Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Gonna be fucked up before, during, and after. I'm ready to turn up with my dog.
Don't make no speeches you weren't supposed to make.
You feel me? I'm proud of my dog, though. You know what I'm saying? The growth of my boy.
Hey, man, that's positive.
Proud of him. I'm happy to see my dogs winning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just happy, you know what I'm saying, that my boy, you know what I'm saying, found what he was looking for in this lifetime.
He found him a high-value woman. Look at that. Yeah.
Happy he found that, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to MattVisionPhotography.com, old sex love girl. But MHC, VisionPhotography.com. And you know what I'm saying? We got Mother's Day specials going on, even though I think Mother's Day passed, but I don't be
Father's
keeping
Day
up
coming
with
up,
the days.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Father's Day coming up. Hey man, if y'all trying to get your man something for Father's Day, get a nigga some YSL cologne, some Dior cologne or something like that, man. Nigga don't want no socks.
Definitely no socks, no wallets. I got one shout out this week. My boy J Rod, JAYROD, put out his little a new record on YouTube called Simple Bars. His Instagram is 863 Sweet Tooth Jones. 863 Sweet Tooth Jones. Again, that's my dog. We go way back, like 4 flats on the Cadillac. So y'all check out my dog SoundCloud, his YouTube page. He got some nice grown up bars on there for you if you want to listen to it. Shout out to you, dog. And other than that, man, that's my shout outs for this week. As y'all know, each and every Wednesday, 7 a.m. video and audio up on all streaming platforms, man. And I just want to say to all the people having issues with the Apple Podcast app, I'm having them too. I updated my phone like an idiot, and whatever Apple did, they need to do it back because they messed up the whole app. So everybody gonna go to Spotify or wherever else they gotta go to make it work. But like I said, I'm one half of your ignorant host. My name is Chris.
Hey, young bar. You know what I'm saying?
Where to find us each and every Wednesday, kicking that content as always. Until next time, we are out. Peace.